The studio lights were bright that night, too bright. The audience at the Tonight Show laughed as the band played its familiar tune. Everything felt normal, just another evening of jokes, smiles, and applause. But behind the curtain stood a man America had always believed was unbreakable. John Wayne. He waited quietly, hat in his hands. When Johnny Carson called his name, the audience exploded into cheers. The Duke walked out slowly, smiling the same strong smile people had seen in dozens of Western films. He shook Johnny's hand and sat down, adjusting himself carefully in the chair. At first, everything seemed fine. Johnny cracked a joke about Cowboys never retiring and the audience laughed. Wayne laughed too, but his laugh came a second too late. His voice sounded heavier than usual, tired. Johnny noticed. "So, Duke," Johnny asked gently, "how are you really doing these days?" For a moment, John Wayne didn't answer. He looked down at his hands. The audience thought he was preparing one of his tough guy responses. Something funny, something confident, something Duke-like. Instead, his voice came out softer than anyone had ever heard before. "I'm slower than I used to be, Johnny." The audience grew quiet. Wayne tried to smile again, but it didn't stay. His eyes moved across the studio, across the lights, the cameras, the crowd. He seemed to be looking at something far away, something only he could see. "I used to ride horses all day," he continued quietly. "Used to work 12 hours straight, didn't think twice about it." Johnny leaned forward slightly, his voice gentle now. "And now," Wayne swallowed. "Now some mornings I just sit on the edge of the bed and wonder where that man went." The room went completely silent. This wasn't the John Wayne people knew. This wasn't the fearless cowboy who never backed down. This was just a man. An aging man. A tired man. He cleared his throat, trying to recover, but emotion caught him halfway through his next sentence. "I always thought strength meant never slowing down," he said, "never showing weakness." His voice cracked. Johnny didn't interrupt. Neither did the audience. Wayne looked up again, but this time his eyes were wet. "And then one day," he whispered, "your body tells you different." He paused. For the first time in his career on national television, John Wayne couldn't keep speaking. His shoulders shook slightly. Johnny reached over and placed a quiet hand on his arm. "You're still that man," Johnny said softly. Wayne shook his head slowly. "No," he answered, "I'm just someone who remembers him." The audience didn't clap. They didn't laugh. Some people were already wiping tears from their faces. After a long silence, Wayne finally smiled again, but this time it wasn't the smile of a movie legend. It was the smile of someone saying goodbye to a chapter of his life. "Guess even cowboys," he said gently, "have to ride into the sunset sometime." Johnny squeezed his shoulder. And for the first time in Tonight Show history, the cameras faded to commercial while the studio sat in complete, emotional silence. Movie sunrise broken.